and a raucous environment. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story. The last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first-round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the BYU Cougars, taking on the number 5 seed in the playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And the playoff is here. We've got a tremendous on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this one started. The turn begins inside the 10. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. So Notre Dame's offense is going to get the chance to start this game off. And this quarterback, of course, Kirk, he's the guy that stirs the drink for this team.
You talk about the total package. He runs it, produces it, directs it, acts out all the scenes. He's the whole package. I love a quarterback who understands the ins and outs of a football game. This kid plays like he wrote the manual.
They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
Boy, after all the buildup and all the hype with a playoff game, you'd love to see the offensive line take control here on this first play. Just establish an identity. Let this defense know who they're facing.
They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Going the other way. Can they stop him? So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Wow, how about the defense here? On the road in a playoff game, you step up and come up with an interception on the first drive. You're an underdog. It's a big stage. All odds are against you. And you start off the opening drive as a defense with an interception, and you bring your quarterback out now with some confidence, believing they can win this game.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, that's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Short throw complete to the tight end. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky 4th down decision? They've got him. It's a sack for the defense.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on the quarterback there. That was a strong safety sneaking in. I don't think the quarterback saw him, and eventually he comes home with a sack.
Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Deep ball caught inside the 10. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Short connection to the tight end here. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really the back.
Airing this one out toward the sideline. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Tackled all the way down to the 25-yard line. Suddenly, they're in great position to get points. And the Cougars come to the line looking to crank up the tempo.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, 3rd down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time. Nice throw, and it's a 1st down.
Short pass finds the tight end. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. BYU has now moved into the red zone.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and then you go play.
Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there. They were able to knock it loose.
And there's the handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He has 1st down yardage at the 46.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a 1st and goal from the 10.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
And it's incomplete even on a 1st down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
Man, I love how this defensive coordinator knows how to get after this quarterback. This guy is dangerous when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator understands that. That's why he's trying to hurry up the process. They get pressure on him here, actually hit him as he's throwing this football.
That play sets up a 3rd and goal from the 5 now. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
I'm a little bit surprised here, Chris. I thought they might put the ball in the air here on 3rd and goal, but instead they run the football, keep it on the ground, and they get the touchdown.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They got into plus territory last time, but the drive ended on a fumble. They got to shake that off immediately. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. What a catch. Heads up off the deflection. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, BYU.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend. When the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this, good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination of this quarterback and receiver for a big day.
Fields it just outside the goal line. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looking for his big tight end. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Oh, my gosh, would he love to have that one back. Open receiver downfield, and he misses him. That's where you go back to the receiver and say, hey, man, that one's on me. I'm coming right back to you.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Looking to scramble now. And that senior toughness on display as he keeps the drive moving himself.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
The defense is spread all over the field.
And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Lets it fly to the wideout. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
Well, that's the one thing about a guy that always feels that he can rely on his legs. He's always trying to make a play, and this time he just wasn't able to get away from the defense, and that is a big loss for the offense.
But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up fourth down. And the punt team now on to kick it away. And the coverage team makes the touch, so no return on the play. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. Last time out, a one-play touchdown drive through the air. Can they keep it going here? First down. Looking to throw the football. It's the running back in the flat. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Hey, they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Gets some space around the 30.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker.
Got him. He's sacked.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Boy, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Defense will wrap him up after an 8-yard gain. It'll bring up fourth down. The Cougars will bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. Gets into space at the 50. Tackle made after a big gain.
What a surprise. Notre Dame running the football for another first down. It seems like we've been saying that for decades and decades. The ability to run the football, not just the backs that stand out to me when you think about Notre Dame's history.
On the junior, gets home making a sack there.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage.
Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And the protection breaks down again, back-to-back sacks.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs. It also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. The last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting earholed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully it's...
They pressure him and sack him. He'll be tackled inside the 10. And the Cougars will bring their punt team onto the field. It's a rough drive for the offense. Punter comes on and booted away. And the ball is away from inside the 10. He'll field it close to midfield. The return man flashing his elusive speed. They finally get him, but it's a big gain. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. They bring him down, but the gain sets up the offense 1st and goal from the 10.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Solid gain puts him in good position for 2nd down and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. This offense cannot be stopped.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
And so it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. 1st down here for this offense. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Moves the ball up to the 30.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. The gain moves the ball to the 34. So, Kirk, as we hit the quarter break here, Notre Dame has the lead. We've reached the end of 1 in this quest to move 1 step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. Solid gain in the running play. 3rd down now. They'll try to run for the 1st down. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches to go. And the Cougars will line up to punt it away. And that sets up a return. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. And now the first play of this drive now from the 35. Catch made on the right side. Brought down, it crosses midfield to the 46.
Just great timing here with this quarterback and his wide receiver to pick up this 1st down. And really over the years, that's what Notre Dame's looking to get back to consistently, is being able to complement what they can do by running the football and to have a quarterback that can drop back and make the throw like this and keep the sticks moving and keep his offense out of harm's way.
Back behind the quarterback, aligned in a pistol. And here's the handoff. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line and this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the 1st half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. It's a quick grab. Got space looking for the end zone here. And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a first down and goal.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Now the all-important extra. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
Okay, ready.
Off the play fake. Looking to throw the football. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And a sophomore making an impact play.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
Now they finally get him, but he found a nice lane in that return. This drive starts in good position. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here?
Ready up.
Excellent field position here for the offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the run, he'll let it go. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
On the double.
Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And he's got his man open downfield. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Irish. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good. Now it's a 4-touchdown lead, 35-7. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. That tight end is a matchup nightmare for this defense, Kirk, and they made him pay that time.
This tight end is so dangerous, and he's trying to remind his quarterback, hey, guys, don't forget about me. Receivers are getting most of the attention from the secondary, but I bet now they're going to be a lot more focused on what this guy can do.
And the quarterback keeps it here. And they make the stop to get the ball carrier down. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Ball handed off. And they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
So 2 runs produce nothing, and now it's 3rd and 10. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense. The Cougars will send the punt team onto the field. Forced to kick it away for the 6th time. Choosing to return the punt. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? And the back now goes in motion. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. The DB's right near the line now, showing press coverage. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. A big hit by the linebacker, able to knock him down. Important third down play coming up. Quarterback keeps the football. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down in this third and short. See what you can do from here.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Second down play coming up. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Pressure is coming. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. What will the call be on third and long now from the 44? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
This offensive line, flat out, could not handle the pressure of this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of, Chris, get this, 7 sacks in this game so far.
And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33. The drive stays alive with that first down completion. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Under heavy pressure, he takes a shot. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
Well, this quarterback's having one of those games you just dream about. A lot of yards and a lot of touchdown passes. And in fact, he had open receivers again for another big play. The defense finally got pressure on him, or I think it would have been potentially another touchdown.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Looking to throw again. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Catch made, a lot of space now. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarter.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee, and they bring the football out to the 25-yard line. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown.
The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
Man, this pass rush has gotten home so many times. As an offense, I know you're down, but you gotta try to mix it up. Maybe roll the quarterback out. Have your backs and tight ends chip at the line. Anything they can do, because what they've done up to this point, it's just not working.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Chris, he's just trying to find the hole in his zone coverage. But, as you know, those windows can open and close pretty quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So, timing's got to be just right, or you're going to see an interception like this.
They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Important second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Boy, they're making this offensive line really think and communicate. Bringing different blitzes. This time the outside linebacker gets to the quarterback and comes up with a big sack for the D.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down. And the Cougars will line up to punt it away. And the punt head's out of bounds, taking the dangerous returner out of play here. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. So the drive begins here, backed up at their own 9. Play action here on first down. Quick throw to his receiver. That's the third pick tonight thrown by this QB. Touchdown, Brigham Young. Wow, what a play, a defensive score.
Great job here by the backer, just mirroring the quarterback, reading his eyes, and then stepping in front of that throw. Comes up with it, and then he goes back to high school, shows you what he can do with a ball in his hands, takes it in for a touchdown.
Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to create outside the pocket now. It is complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
Chris, I cannot believe we're still in the first half. This guy's already got a couple touchdowns. Now he's adding to his receiver total here by picking up another first down and more yards.
Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
He's going for a big play downfield. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. Let's see if this offense can build on this big lead before halftime. After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Receiver makes the grab. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. Man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. But they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And it's caught. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. Backfield is empty here for 2nd and inches. And the quarterback dropping back. And the senior making a disruptive impact play. And now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Fights off a defender. Throws the ball away, but not before taking a hit.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. And the coverage team finally gets him, but a great return. You can see the elusive speed from the return man. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. Looking to throw it on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Scrambling. Now he'll make the throw. Pass is caught right near the sideline. What a catch. Does get the foot down. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays.
This guy's throwing for yards every single time he drops back to throw. Believe it or not, he's closing in on almost 450 yards passing in this game.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Kirk, you play quarterback. How about appreciating a receiver that runs his routes that precisely?
Chris, it's not just his route running. It's the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiver that really, I think, is unique. They put so much time into this in the offseason. By the time they get to Saturdays, you can close your eyes and make your throw. That's exactly what we saw right there.
Final 9 seconds of the half as they line up here in 1st and 10. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. Time ticking away. Time for just 1 more play before halftime. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. And it falls incomplete. They tried for a big chunk play on the final play of the period. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Chris, we wondered all week what this matchup would look like. So much at stake in this win-or-go-home game, and we've been treated to a fabulous first 2 quarters of playoff football.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Quarterback still with the football. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
It's an option look. That's a solid gain there. He keeps it and picks up the first down himself.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Press coverage now from the secondary. Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
He's got it for a big gain. And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
And they chase him down outside the pocket for a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, BYU.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Point after, up and good. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good work by the blockers in that return team. He found the lane, and so this drive is going to begin with and the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Breaks loose at the 45. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Hey, when it's your day, it's your day. This offense, and especially this running back, enjoying a monster day, putting up huge numbers and having a nice big...
Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Finally brought down, but it's an explosive gain. Ball all the way to the 21.
I mean, it seems like every time this guy touches the ball, it's another big gain. This poor defense, it's just not been their day at all. What a dominant performance by this offense, on the other hand.
Catch made on the out route. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Receiver makes the catch. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And this one is getting ugly. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field.
Here we go. Unlock.
He'll test the right side here. Powering through. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's escaping the pocket now. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. And the Cougars will bring their punt team on the field now. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Handoff to the single back. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, of this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving this running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. They'll hand it off. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, this back is having some kind of game today. He just continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over 150 yards now, and this defense has no real answers in trying to keep him contained.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Trying to get the throw off. And he throws the ball out of bounds there. Smart not to take a sack on that play. Brings up third down.
Good adjustment here by the defensive coordinator. Let's face it, it's been a tough game so far for this defense. They've given up a ton of yards and touchdowns through the air. This time they figured out a way to affect his timing, and they get the pressure to hit him before he can make another play.
Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a 1st and goal.
Think about this, Chris. These guys have been working since January of last year to get ready for a dream season. They've had that. Now they're here so close into the...
Touchdown, Irish. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. It's an easy job for the play caller, right, Kirk? They can't stop the running back. Feed him the ball. Scores again.
Yeah, I came into this game really thinking we'd see more from this quarterback and all these wide receivers that they have, but instead, it has been the back. And as a smart play caller, you just keep going back to the guy with the hot hand.
Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And they'll use the ground game here. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle finally made, but it's a big gain. Moves the ball to the 48. Here's a 1st and 10 play. Defense trying to jam these receivers at the line. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Quick completion to the tight end. But he's hammered by the linebacker. What a hit. That completion makes it 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground here. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. That's exactly what we saw right there.
They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches.
Wow, the defense prevented them from getting the 1st down. How about that? Nice job of holding their point there at the defensive line. They came close to getting the 1st, but the defense deserves credit. Now we've got 4th and inches.
This BYU offense is quickly moving down the field. He'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Here's the 2nd down play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Finding some room with the 25.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Stopped after the catch at the 9, but it's 1st and goal now. The Cougars line up with a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff. Shows off the moves there, but ultimately not much of a gain. It's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. BB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. Looking for 6. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Brigham Young. Now they line up to kick the extra point.
How about that, Chris? The quarterback does a nice job of getting the ball out of his hands quickly, and why not? With a receiver like this who can run like that, get him the ball as fast as you can and let him do his thing.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He'll return it from inside the 5. And he'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. The backs got it. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So, Kirk, as we hit the quarter break here, Notre Dame has the lead. This has been thorough domination through 3 quarters. A real statement confirming their status as a national championship contender. Let's check out the stats so far. So let's get back to the action. 1 quarter away. What would be an impressive CFP statement? Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. They're going to run it here. Some hard running there through a tackle. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43.
Well, another nice run by this running back, and he's well over 100 yards now on the game. A big part of the reason that they're going to win this football game and advance to the next round.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the 1st down.
Well, he's been their go-to guy all game long. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. They go his way again, and it works out.
Here's the handoff. Just a small gain. Look at it, 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really...
Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch. So the offense chooses to decline the pass interference penalty, and the result of that play will stand. Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big 1st half, and he's already at it again.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Notre Dame now operating in the red zone.
Boy, Chris, to me, the defense looks like they're dropping back in zone coverage, worried about a pass play here on 3rd down. Instead, the offense elects to run the ball, catches them off guard, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Okay,
Notre Dame lining up now for a 1st and goal.
let's go.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got it right near the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the beatdown continues.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. Empty set now, 5 wide.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touch.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And that catch is hauled in. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Snags a quick throw. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
The slant may look like an easy play to defend, but it can be really tough, especially against man coverage, without any help to the inside. If you're the offense and you continue to see that man coverage, they might as well just keep attacking just like that.
Receivers are bunched together.
Easy.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Using his legs here. Finds room at the 30. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Ready?
The offense with 5 receivers now, empty backfield.
Cobra.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 2.
The pass is intercepted. Not much of a return, but the pick ends the scoring threat and sets the offense up at the 33.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, they actually call a play that goes in the wrong direction. Seems like everything they've called has worked out, whether it's on the ground or through the air. And this time, the defense steps up and makes a play.
Ball carrier wrapped up and brought down. One of those critical 3rd down plays coming up. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. An important 3rd down attempt for this offense. And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really...
He'll take a deep shot. He grabs it inside the 20. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And the route is on. Kirk, they had a month to get ready for this pitch-and-catch combo before the playoff game. They've had no answers so far.
A playoff game, national championship on the line. You know the old saying we used to always hear. Big-time players make big plays in big games, and he certainly is doing that today.
So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field. This has been a monumental mismatch, a beatdown for the ages. It's almost over, thankfully. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
This defense has been lights out today. Great job once again applying pressure on this quarterback. This poor quarterback, he doesn't know what he has seen today. Not able to get anything going to be able to try to compete in this game. They're down big, and now they're just hoping for that clock to run out.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. And the Cougars will line up to punt it away. Oh, and he's got some space here. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. This has been a tremendous performance by this team. Now just the finishing touches. Run out the clock and let the party begin. Receiver makes the grab and heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Boy, these guys just won't let up. I mean, they already have this game out of reach. They have a big lead. They're still throwing the football and still just putting it on this defense every chance they get.
Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Marked out of bounds, but it's another big game. This air attack, no problem moving the ball up and down the field today.
This guy's been such a big factor in this game. Already a couple touchdowns. Now they need the 1st down. They dial him up again, and he delivers.
Caught, completion. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Irish offense comes up here on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Touchdown, Irish. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the BYU offense back out on the field. They need a couple miracles here in the final 2 minutes to rescue what's been a very, very rough outing so far. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
It is a sack party out there for this defense. Everything going their way. You know that this offense is going to try to throw the football down by such a big margin late in the game. And this defensive line is bringing the heat. They come up with another sack.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? He's hit as he throws it. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down. And the Cougars bring their punt team onto the field. He's on to kick it away, helping his team with field position. Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. And he'll be forced out of bounds after a small pickup on that return. First down here for this offense.
Here we go.
From the gun, he looks for an open man. Looking for a deep completion. And it's incomplete with just 1 second remaining on the clock. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And he's going to launch it deep again. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And this one is getting ugly.
You know, coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be done. That's what we're seeing from this offense. Yeah, they continue to put points on the board and they're pulling away. I just love to see the execution and how they're going about their business.
Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues.